Hey guys, I don't know how well the camera is going to work on this, and there's background noise out here today, so just bear with me as best you can. I want to do a quick double stick video. So, a lot of times with double stick, the techniques come from Filipino martial arts. That's one of their specialties. Sinawale means weaving. So a lot of the stuff you'll see is from a closed position, this sequence, okay? Variations of sequences. The sequences are not necessarily always going to be like a combination jab, cross, hook. They are in large part two things. Number one, getting your offhand used to doing stuff. And number two, like jab, cross, hook, you're not standing there going, what do I do? You know, you don't go one, what's next? You know, you can fall into those patterns, but they're mainly to keep you moving and to make this offhand good. So a lot of it, and so we as a group also, I was really lucky that one of our students got us some materials on Krabar Kabong, and that really sent me on a path going and looking for that. There's some neat stuff from there. And from our Wing Chun base, there's some stuff. So what I want to do right now is Sinawale a lot of times is using one hand in the other hand, one hand in the other hand, one hand in the other hand. And sometimes two movements, one movement, two movements, that kind of thing. I want to work on using one hand while the other hand is a guard hand. Okay? Not to fall into that pattern so you've got a sword and a shield, right? But what if you need to use this one hand over and over? This other hand's damaged, right? Or building up to the ability to use two hands. So we're going to work on L cut, let's work on X, reverse X, L, reverse L, Z, reverse Z, swallow cut, and reverse swallow cut. Whenever I say this and reverse this, it means we're going to be starting on the power side, okay? A number one, a number three, a number five, okay? And the reverse will be starting from the off side, a number two, a number four, a number six, okay, something like that. So real quick, through our number sequence, we have a bunch of different templates, but our big count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and either thrust for 8 or up for 8. Okay? Either one of those is valid for 8, depending on what we're working. Normally, once it's an 8 count template, it'll be the up. The reason the 7 is so late is because most 7s you can deal with as if they were a 1 or 2. So, if you know anything about Filipino counting, then you can just ignore this next 30 seconds. So, it's not 1 is here exactly. It's 1 is anywhere between here and here. 2 is anywhere between here and here. 3 is anywhere between here and here. 4 is anywhere between here and here. And the 5, 6. And 3 and 4 are right on the line. 7 and 8 are right on the line. So you'll see they're later because most things you can deal with angled. And most humans, most of the time, you're dealing with this, okay? Sometimes 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? These are less common. One other thing I'll say before I go through the thing is, just because you have a stick, or the opponent has a stick, the stick is not the enemy, okay? The stick is a factor, okay? You should not forget that you have punches and kicks and knees and elbows, all right? There are times to use them. That's something that the Krabak really teaches that a lot of other blade arts leave out is the timing of when to kick with those punches, with those stick or swords. Okay, last thing. This is a stick, but it could be a machete. It could be a tire iron. It could be a piece of pipe. It could be a hammer. It could be a hatchet. It doesn't matter. It'll change the way things go a little bit. You know, if it's something weighted on the end, a hammer or hatchet, you're more likely to do slashes. If it's something lighter, you're more likely to do hacks. Strike that, reverse it. If it's something weighted on the end, but not a giant weight like a hatchet or a light hammer, that hack has a lot of power. If it's something actually bladed, a machete, you'll probably be cutting more. With a stick, it's 50-50. Okay, so the first one we're gonna do is single X. Or yeah, is 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna show it on the tire. The other stick is gonna stay at woo to protect the face the whole time. 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you get a chance, practice from both lead and rear. So again, single X, 1, 2. Okay. Reverse X, it's just going to be 2, 1. 2, 1. Depending on how far away the partner is, you can practice, you know, this is not going to be really a hack. It's going to be slash, slash. But eventually you can get fancy with it where it's slash, redondo, slash, as opposed to slash, slash. Okay? And you can get, that's it. Yeah, we'll stop there. So, so 2 is slash, 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 slash. So that's reverse X. Okay. I said there's only be those. Let's do a double 1. So we'll call it a loopy-loop. Okay. And that'll be a over the head redondo on a 1. 1, 1. 1, 1. Okay. So against the dummy. 1, 1. 1, 1. Okay. Make sure your center line is still on the target. I need to be wary of that while making this video. Make sure I'm not orientated towards the camera instead of the target. Okay, so that's X, reverse X, and loopy-loop. Let's do a reverse loopy-loop, which would be 2, 2. Alright, so facing you, 2, 2, 2, 2. So it goes around the head less. It's kind of hard to do that, but it is a redondo there, okay? Redondo means circle. I'm sure it means something more specific in Tagalog, but I don't speak Tagalog. So, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And I move my head a little bit. I'm sure there's something wrong with that. Just make sure you keep your stick in front. All right, L. 1, 4. 1, 4. So if you've thrown 1, 2, and they're block or dodge, and they expect this angle again, jab cross, right? So now we're gonna throw jab body hook or something, you know? Boom, boom. And it reaches just a little bit further than the 2 will. So 1, 4. And you'll notice that if I'm not actively doing a redondo, I stop the stick so I can still thrust if I need to. So boom, 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 boom. if I'm actively doing a redondo, okay, that means it's power shots, and that's fine. But if I'm not actively doing that, I'm trying to um, keep the point of the weapon as a threat. So a lot of people will criticize that doesn't give enough power. Well, if it's a blade, you don't need that much power because no one's running around in armor anymore. All right, and if you need more power, then you can add the redondo. Okay, add the space the redondo creates. And reverse L will be 2, 3, 2, 3. It's really important to work these left and right, okay? So that way you don't get mixed up like I almost just did. So 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. See, my left hand's trying to get messed up. 2, 3, 2, 3. All right, so that's L's. Z. So a high 3, 2, low 3. Okay? High 3, 2, low 3. And you see that I'm kind of having to redondo a little bit. Boom, excuse me, no. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so it's across the face, come back the other way, across the collarbone, go to the body. Okay? Across the face, body, boom. Okay? And again, I am redondoing on that. You could there, depending on what weapon you had. Okay? Alright, so if this is Z, then reverse Z is a high 4, 1, low 4. Okay? It would be a lot better if I had 2 tires. Okay? But you get the idea. And it'd be better if this was about 6 inches shorter. I may eventually dig this pole up and try again. So, Z. Okay? Reverse Z. Z. Reverse Z. Okay, so I guess that's it for this one. Play with those. Thanks.